Like, bite him, Engelbert. Get him, get his ass.
Line things up instead of just silence. So
Gotcha.
we'll see.
Gotcha.
Gentlemen,
Sorry.
good morning.
Morning.
Welcome.
Hey,
How is it going?
it's going.
Back
Let's
hurts.
say, yeah, we're gonna talk, today's about is gonna be about pain, both physical and emotional and mental. Dalton, I think there's some, anything major going on in your life?
Not really. I mean, I just recovered from COVID.
Damn,
I go back to work today.
gross.
Um,
You want to talk about that at all? You don't have to if you don't want to.
I played Dawn of War 2 Retribution with Bert last night.
Oh my gosh, can we talk about this? So
That was
never
amazing,
mind.
My life.
I we were going to talk about being sick, but I'm going to talk about playing video games, right? And I know this is going to be a sensitive subject because we can never find a game that all three of us play, but there's nothing more fun than playing a game with people you know. And so Dalton, Evan and I, Evan, friend of the show, we're playing this Warhammer game. It's like over 10 years old, so it's like super old, but it's a lot of fun. And we were playing in the afternoon, and we get this little notification from Steam that pops up on our computers that like Dalton is online and he's playing the same game that we were playing, and we're like, what? So we started like losing our minds, and we're like, oh, Evan had to bounce right after that, but he's just like, dude, I can't wait. 3 of us are gonna get on here. We're gonna play this game. It's gonna be great. I was like, I know, right? So it's just funny when especially with the games that are like older and there's not a lot of people that play it. It's always fun when you can get other people in and join the mayhem. So
Yeah.
What game is this?
it's called Dawn of War 2 Retribution. It's a PC game, and it's like an RTS, but there's like 2 modes. There's like a big battle mode where you have not even a base, you have a building that you like produce. It's very streamlined. You just produce guys and you like try and take over. It's like King of the Hill kind of. You take over all these command points to like get resources, and you destroy the other guy's base. Or you do this mode called Last Stand, which is like a horde mode from Gears, where like you have your one single character and it's just waves and waves and waves of dudes coming at you, and if you survive all 20, you win, right? And we were playing yesterday, but you level your guy up. So it's like you start off at level 1, and level 1 you have like nothing, right? You have like no gear or any of that stuff. So I told Dalton, I was like, yeah, so bear with it, because you're gonna like your guy's gonna go from like not ain't shit to like super crazy as we progress, right? And we played the first game, and Dalton was like, he's like, yeah, this is fun, but like like his character kept going down, but then we like leveled him up. I was like, no. Here's all these things that you can equip, and he's like, oh. We played the second game, and it was like blasting through the waves. Like he was like spawning all these like alien dudes, and like it was like infinitely better. So it's just it was really fun.
Do you maintain your level up consistently, or is like you level up per wave?
It's like a global level that happens for your overall character. So like any level up that you do stays for the next game.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. So I finally got one character up to level 20, which is the max, and it's just like decked out. It's just a fucking machine of death. It's great.
Pew pew.
Pew 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 pew. Anyway, sorry, we talked about Dawn of War, which I love. So
being sick, yeah, it's fun. It's a good time.
Was there anything crazy that happened? Like, I know for me it was like that appetite thing. Do you need cool superpowers or all name superpowers?
I didn't lose my appetite, but when I would eat, I would get super nauseous almost every time. So that was really annoying. Like I was hungry and I would eat, but then I would just die. That's dramatic, but
And the lady lost her appetite and just weak in general. But, I mean, I tested negative, but I mean, who knows at this point? Like, I didn't have a second test to test again.
Yeah.
But I was like, This is gonna sound extremely shitty, but I cannot allow COVID. Even if I had COVID, it would not stop my day-to-day life. COVID cannot stop my day-to-day life as of right now. At least if I have the delivery, like it's gonna have to get done, or it's like I gotta go to the shop. Like that's just what it is. It's kind of crazy to think about. So I just kind of like lean on that negative test, even though I'm like like it's scaling that I probably did get it within the natural days that I'm next to Tanya after. But man, it's really curious to see your guys' take on that. Like, can it stop your day-to-day life? But I granted you guys can work at home.
For me, it can, because I work for, I don't want to say a corporation, but I work for a bigger company. And so I get COVID pay. And so I was off for 2 weeks, and all the shifts I was scheduled, I even picked up 3 shifts this last week.
Mhm.
All the shifts I was scheduled, I get paid for.
Oh, whoa, that's insane.
Yeah. So
Yeah, COVID pays like a fucking like Tanya had COVID pay. It's crazy. I think it's only good for like a certain amount of time.
I think it was 60 hours or 80 hours. I can't remember.
Yeah. I mean, I think you only get it like once a year. Well, at least
Yeah,
this
I'm not sure all the logistics of it.
It's different because I'm pretty confident it's very similar to yours, Dalton, just because I think they actually, it could be a little different because Tanya's, I remember they all voted on something, or something might have been voted on. It's like, all right, are you gonna get COVID pay, or are you gonna not get COVID pay, and then you could like make it up on like a day off or get extra days off throughout the year or something like that. And that's like Tanya's work, and I think they reverted back. It's like, yes, give us COVID pay because it's just better.
Well, yeah, COVID pay is like, it's not a company thing. It's like, I don't know if it's federal, whatever it is, CDC, but it's like a nationwide thing.
Yeah, it was very interesting to hear. And I'm like, granted, the companies are going to vote for the second option, obviously. Like that's just the best way. Right. But then I was like, dude, what employee in their right mind would ever vote for the other way? No. Like it's insane. Like, just why would you do it? Like, you're tossing free money away.
Yeah.
But also, I understand they want to. They do crack down on it. It's like, you got COVID, send me a test.
Well, yeah, I had to show them our negatives and stuff. I mean, our positives, excuse me. And I mean, I get it. You got to cover people on the fly, especially,
Yeah.
But it also sucks for the people having COVID. It's not fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, we can work from home, but I don't know, like I'm still pretty tired and fatigued. Like doing simple things like going to the shower, like taking a shower, I get super fatigued. Walking up my stairs, I get super fatigued.
This is a question that I have. This is just really pertaining to COVID if you were an employer, okay, and your employee works from home, and then they say they have COVID. Now, Bert, I know you had to work through your COVID. Dalton didn't. In my eyes, as an employer, if I'm at the office and you're at your house with COVID, I would almost say, like, bro, you better be working from home. Not unless you're going out and doing things outside there and putting yourself. It's very weird. It's a weird mindset that I have. Not that I'm saying that the individual doesn't have it or whatnot, but it's like, you do work at home though.
Yeah, but
but they're not. It depends. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at through the eyes of an employer. So you guys work at home, so I don't. So I'm just, that's how I
get it. Yeah, I mean, you work from home. What's the big deal? But I just say you're in the office and you're still feeling like shit. You don't really, at least for me, if I'm feeling like shit, I have, I'm cold, chills. I don't feel like working. That's the last thing.
Let me reframe. Don't you talk to people? Bert, you don't.
Well, I was gonna say I'm constantly in meetings, and I actually took meetings while I was sick, which was not probably good. But yeah, I'm probably the complete opposite on this one, because it's like, I get what you're saying, or at least I can get where you're coming from. The difference is if you're working or not, right? Like, cool, you work from home. If somebody works from home, then like, yeah, does it make sense that like, well, yeah, could you still work? The question is whether or not that person's working or not. Like, I would rather the person not work and rest, because that's ultimately what you need, right? And that's the thing, is like,
Yeah.
your office is technically there, but like, are you really going in the office? Like, are you working? And for me, it's like my stance, even though I didn't do it, is rest. Like, don't fuck, because it's like, it's the equivalent of, because it's rough. Like, it's just, you just feel gross. And for me, it's just like, if you're not going to be giving me 100% work, then like, don't work, like just rest. So even though I didn't do this because I worked the entire time and I took all these meetings and stuff, like, my stance is, right, if any of my direct reports got COVID, I'd be like, just go home, and they work from home, I'd just be like, don't work, take sick time and rest. Because like, I wish I had done that. I wish I had the opportunity to just sleep and rest. But the fact that like I kept pushing myself, it was just like, because I also get what you're saying, Randy. Like, you can't stop. Like, even though I'm quote unquote working from home, there was so much shit going on that like I couldn't take that time off to rest, because we were like closing out a project and it was just like all hands on deck.
Yeah.
So it's weird, because I get what you're saying. I get that mentality. But I know for me, it's like, it's the equivalent of, if somebody who works from home, it's like, if you consider it as if it was an office, you have to separate that they're in an office and their office is at their house, and then they live at home. I distinctly say to everyone, right, if you're sick, do not come in the office, right? Do not come in the office, because I do not want anyone sick. So I have to mentally be like, cool, I'm telling you, don't go into your home office. Like, it's just an extension of our office, but just at your house. Don't go to work.
And the best medicine really for you're sick, like Bert said, is to rest. So I mean, if you're not resting, you're not giving your body a chance to fight and all that shit, and it's constantly working the way it shouldn't be at the moment, then it's gonna take longer for you to get better. So I mean, if you rest for like a couple days and just pound NyQuil, in my opinion, then
Well, that's all the lady did, and
yeah, that's all we did.
she was natural. I think she was just fine like 2 days later, 3 days later.
Yeah.
And then she was like, I want to go back to work. I'm bored. Like
that's the biggest thing, is like, after the symptoms are gone, you still need to like quarantine for whatever it is, like 8-10 days.
Yeah, after 10 days, you're not contagious anymore, I guess.
Well, the quarantine is 5 days. And then after, I believe truthfully, after 5 days, the contagious portion is gone. So
I think that's incorrect, but
well, Tanya had a COVID test on Sunday. Okay. And she talked to her HR. They're like, per the CDC or whatever it is, you can come in on Wednesday, even if you have a positive one or not, because you're no longer contagious.
See, that's funny, because our HR said that after 10 days, even if you're showing positive, as long as you do not have a fever, then you can come in, because after the 10 days, you're no longer contagious. Apparently nobody knows what they're talking about. But...
yeah, nobody knows what they're talking about. I for me, I erred on the side of caution, because so I after my fever broke, I quarantined for like 10 or 12 days, right? Mainly because for me, again, right, to Randy's point, like, I can conveniently work at home, right? So thankfully there was that. The other element is just like, I don't want to be responsible for getting anyone else, like that level of responsibility of like not getting anyone else sick is so high for me, because selfish or not selfishly, right, I don't want to be responsible for anyone being sick if I could. Selfishly, it's like, from a work perspective, I don't want to go in and get anyone else sick to then have them not be working, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it's weird, but like, at the same point, I get the board, right? Like, I want to like, hey, I want to go to work, I want to like do the things I need to do.
Randy, to answer your question though, if I was in your position, honestly, I'd probably do the same. Like if I was in a position where I can't miss work, like I'd have to.
It's like we could, like, I was thinking about it. We could potentially, I could mask it up, do everything. If a customer came in, I wouldn't say anything because it would just look extremely bad. But it's like you close the store. It's weird. So like our store almost like there's like a window of opportunity. Like, because like say for example, a customer might just walk up, and for example, if I'm gone for like 45 minutes out doing delivery, that customer may never come back ever again.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy part, because there's been times like I might just show up and I'm about to leave like super early, and the customer walks in and drops money. I'm like, oh, fuck, man, what if I just left right now?
Yeah.
And so like that rings through my mind. Now, on the days that I'm not technically supposed to work, like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. But if there's like a delivery that has to happen, that the customer spent like thousands of dollars, it's like, dude, I have to go.
Yeah.
I have to play it more on the cautious side. Now, granted, I don't have, and this is all stemming if I did get it and if I did feel like that. Like I was, but normally I felt extremely fine.
So
The whole
if you didn't have
time.
any,
I didn't have any symptoms at
I'm
all.
fairly confident then.
Like that's the thing. I didn't have any symptoms, and I was like, okay, like I'm gonna go to the gym. You can stay here and suffer and die.
I
That's
don't know.
yeah.
I don't know how Bert, but like my symptoms came on quick. So I was.
But when I did get it, it did happen like instantly.
Yeah, I got it from my brother-in-law at the wedding that I went to. The wedding was on a Friday. Saturday, I started to have, the like cold feeling, chest, little cough, and then by Sunday,
Just
like morning, I
shivering.
was done.
Just shivering.
Yeah, for me, it was literally a flip got switched, or a switch got flipped. Because I was like in a meeting after like lunch. Like I was at the lunch, I was like, I'm just gonna like chill for a minute. And then like literally in the meeting, as I'm like talking to everybody, it was just like, you don't feel well. And I was like, oh my God, Jesus Christ. So yeah, it's rough. It's rough. Like relatively, right? Like, I got through it, and all I did was just drink juice and
Oh, I was miserable. I was fucking miserable. Yeah. It was terrible. Like I don't wish it on anybody. Like I felt like COVID just attacked like my weakest point, and that was like my back.
That's the
and
thing.
it was like,
yeah.
And it was just like, it was like somebody just went on my spine and was just like grabbing it with claws, and I was just like in so much pain, and I couldn't stay warm. I'm too hot. I'm too cold. I'm too hot. I'm too cold. I'm in the blanket. I'm out of the blanket. I'm sweating. I'm not sweating.
Yeah,
it was a miserable 2 or 3 days. It was terrible. And of course, I'm glad we're talking about this. I want to talk about this for like a year and a half, or ever since I got that. So at the time, my manager, Travis, I told him like, I think I got sick, and he scolded me pretty bad, all this, because we, didn't really know. He's like, I got a family, you're not going to bars and everything. He told me, I'm like, whatever, dude, you're doing it. Okay. I'm just gonna like not do anything. So I'm like, all right. It happened on a Friday, so I couldn't go get a test until like a Monday, because they didn't have like these pop-up centers yet. And it was funny because he was so cautious about COVID, or so worried about COVID, and I was going through all these symptoms, and I'm 99% sure I had it. But by the time like Monday or Tuesday came around, how you feeling? Maybe you can come in. I'm like, no. You care about COVID.
Yeah.
You only care about COVID when it's affecting your afterlife. Like you can't leave at 5:30 now. That's the only reason you care. Like I can handle the extra work. Anybody can handle the extra work at my last job. But I noticed it only really started to affect him. I mean, obviously he was very busy. Like you can use the extra person there that technically second in charge. But it's like now you can't leave at 5:30 anymore. like this COVID a terrible thing on the employee when he's sick, or until it starts to affect the employer personal life.
Yeah.
I always thought about that. I never brought it up to him, but I've held that on for like a fucking year. Like almost a year and a half. Oh, let's change topics, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
What's COVID talk?
All right, I'm going to talk about life hacks. You talk about life hacks for a second.
Yes.
So, no, Dalton, I don't think I told you this story. I told Evan this story yesterday. So I was driving home from work yesterday, and I parked my car, and my car is a 1998 year, right? So I get out, turn off the car, grabbing all my stuff because I'm ready just to like start the weekend, make a drink, and just kind of chill. And my brake lights are still on. Car's off, but my brake lights are still on. I was like, well, my car's not like one of those new cars that like has the lights go off automatically after a while. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I go take my dog for a walk because I'm like, he's cooped up and I come back and like the lights are still on. I was like, God damn it. Go and I look, start typing on, the internet's a wonderful thing when you need it to be a wonderful thing. It's also a cesspool of garbage. But it was like Nissan Pathfinders recalled because of brake light issues. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. But then I looked at the age range and it was like 2003s to like 2010s. Like, well, that's not my car. So like, what the fuck? So I like keep searching through the internet and I finally find this video of a guy who goes, yeah, so like, here's your problem. It's super simple, but it's super annoying. So I am baffled by the engineering design behind this because I feel like it's the dumbest engineering design I've ever heard of, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. So your brake, right? When you press on the brake, basically, how do I want to say this? The default state for my car is the brake lights are always on. And the only thing that's stopping them from being on is there's two little buttons that basically when you aren't pressing on the brake. So when you press on the brake, those buttons are depressed and the lights come on, right? But when you let go of the brake pedal, there's these two little plastic nubs that hit against those buttons that then turn off your brake. So like, to me, that's the dumbest thing because it means that like my car is built to be like the brake lights are always on unless these two buttons are pushed. Well, his car is 1998. So like, I don't think anyone was like, no, yeah, it'll be fine. But then like, like 20 plus years later, these two little plastic pieces break. So now, even though the brake pedal is like technically pushing against it, there's nothing that's actually pushing the buttons in to then turn off my brake lights. So this is happening at like 7 o'clock at night. Like when I come home from work and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I can't like in my head, I'm like, all I want to do is just go in my house and relax, but I can't. And so now I'm like, do I need to like take this to a mechanic? It's 7 o'clock. Everyone's going to be closed. Like this is dumb, but I can't just like leave my brake lights on all night because my battery's going to die and then I won't be able to take it in. And like, so I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm really tapping into my Brazil family side, which is my mom's like really, she's a MacGyver. She'll just like fix things with stuff that's around, right? So it's like, all right, how do I do this? And I was like, because in my head, it's also like, God, how much is it going to cost me to like replace these little plastic nubs and stuff? I was like, hold on a second.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot, right? Because it's inside and you got to do it. And so I'm like, fuck, man, this is not something I want to deal with. And I realized maybe I can fix this I'm going to put a temporary band-aid on this because I guess, how do I turn this off, right? And I go to my change drawer and I pull out 2 nickels and I just put the 2 nickels over the buttons and then the pedal will push then those buttons in. Lights turned off. Great. I'm going to go get drunk. So then I went in and like went to sleep or, joined my evening. And then, I haven't gone out there yesterday because yesterday was kind of a crazy day. But today I'm like, all right, well, this might just be the fix. So I'm going to go out there and I'm going to super glue these 2 nickels to like the pedal so that they just constantly press against these buttons. When not always. I need my brake lights to come on when I'm braking. But like, if I can fix them to like the metal bracket, then this should work. So like in theory, if I can get this to work, I fixed my car for 10 cents.
Wonder how that goes.
Hey man, fucking super glue. Super glue, zip ties, man. Just
Yep.
get some duct tape.
Yep.
That's a really annoying thing that they did.
This is the dumbest,
That's
the dumbest
dumb.
fucking thing. Yeah.
They probably didn't think the car was gonna be driven. Like
I think that's
over
exactly.
20 years later.
They did the math and like, cool. These plastic pieces will last 20 years. Great, approved. Because after 20 years, it's out of the warranty. Nobody's gonna have this car. And then cut to me.
Yeah, I think legally, like I think after a car is no longer produced, maybe like that year or that age gap, it's like they wait like 14 years because they have to still produce parts. I think you've lapsed that. But I mean, there's even if you did, there's still aftermarket. The fuck, I can only imagine how expensive it would be.
Yeah,
just to like take out everything.
Yeah.
So,
right. So life hacks. You guys have any crazy life hacks?
Trying to think. I know I have a couple.
There's only
Good
like
shit.
you know one that just I mean it's so dumb, but it comes to mind, and I don't really do it. I rarely ever do it actually. But when you're pouring, you know, when you're pouring water onto a plant, you know, maybe that's inside your house or whatever. Like you never just want to take a water bottle and just dump it. You never just want to take a cup and just dump the water. It's better. What I saw was like this guy who makes like terrariums. He just poked a water bottle with a tack so you can evenly disperse this. Because honestly,
that's really smart.
I do it the lazy way, and I just take like my shaker bottle, like whatever. But it just leaves like this big divot. And I'm like, it doesn't look that good. I gotta go mat it down when I could just literally just like I'm into like, oh man, just repotted a bunch of plants. Yeah, just gotta make sure everything goes good. But yeah, that's a little life hack that I saw. I'm like, it also doesn't splatter.
Yeah,
that's one thing. You don't want the splatter. I know it's so simple.
Splatter.
What do you got, Dalton?
I can't think of anything at the top of my head. I know I have stuff, but it's early.
Okay, well, I'll segue. You win. Let's say you won $250 million lotto.
Taking the lump sum.
Well, we all take lump sums. Like that's just smart. They obviously think you're a sucker and you're gonna live for 25 years after winning the lotto. I'll probably die within 5. So you take the lump sum and you have 250 million after the lump sum. What are the first what are the first initial things that you're gonna do? Like say first 3 or 5 things. It could be whatever. It does not matter.
I'm probably going to make sure that, well, it depends. How much did you say?
250 million.
Okay. I'm going to make sure I calculate like all
it's
the
a quarter
taxes.
of $1 billion. No, your 250 million is what you got after taxes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't you have to pay like federal and state though? I think California pays state
Well,
tax.
let's say you had 600 million and you were left with that's like the 1.23 billion. The person ended up with 463 million after taxes.
So the 250 is all mine after
it's all yours, after taxes.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure all of like my close family, parents, everybody is like financially set. House paid off, everything's paid off. And then that'd be the first thing I do.
My first thing would be to honestly, just I wouldn't like just settle everybody's debt like just right away. Like I would just,
I'm not saying everybody.
Oh no, I mean like my immediate family. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure about Rodney, but like, for real. But I would definitely buy everybody houses just right off the bat. Like just right off the bat, here you go. I would buy everybody houses. And secondly, you need revolving income, residual income.
Right.
I would wholeheartedly buy like 30 like Burger King franchises or something like that. I would buy like something that's gonna keep giving me money. I just recently watched this the other day, like Frankie Muniz, from Malcolm in the Middle. So when he was younger, because of just how his mind worked, he was like, I'm gonna buy a bunch of parking lots in like LA back in like 2003. He's like, and it's like, yeah, well, if everybody else is charging $20, I'll charge 5 and I'll undercut everybody, and I'm still gonna see like a 200, 300 cars a day. And he was like, yeah, between that and now, like between that and like 2007, so I was like, bro, I made fuck ton. If I would have kept him, I never worked again in my life.
Wow.
Shit like that. Like, or
Yeah.
build a parking garage. Shit, I don't know. I would just keep trying to get money coming back in.
Laundromats are pretty good.
Yeah, but we're talking quarters.
Yeah, but if you have like
That's like
20, 50 machines,
that's like $1.25 for like an hour.
I guess I'm thinking low, small.
Hey, but I like where your head's at, because if you did buy a bajillion, I could just launder money through those laundromats. Yes.
All right,
Bert.
Ozark.
Yeah, see, I
It's like
You-
fuck everybody.
yeah,
I'm running
no,
away on my own island.
you guys are like trying to. You said the first thing, so I thought this was like, hey, guilty pleasure stuff. Very first thing I would do is I would commission a life-size set of like Mandalorian armor. So like Boba Fett armor, that could in theory be worn by me, but it would ultimately just sit on like a stand, right? Like a display, because they have these like life-size ones that you can get, but they're like 10 grand or whatever.
Yeah.
Likewise, so then for housing, you guys are all sweet and we're like, oh, I'm gonna do my family. I immediately was like, I'm gonna find a dope remote like castle somewhere and like buy like, because I've seen that stuff where it's like castle in Idaho, Ohio for like
Yeah.
3 million, and I'm like, that's like actually doable. This is like crazy. Mainly because getting to the point where like Randy's talking about, like I would love to then at that point just write. And so then at that point it's just like, where can I get like a dope like crazy house somewhere that's like remote that I could like write. And then like the other thing was just like I would finally upgrade like my computer station to be like the most dope decked out like thing, so that I could like stream or do whatever when I was out there not writing. So it's just all me, but I guess whatever, family or something. But
I mean, still technically,
the first thing that came to my head was Boba Fett armor. So
you can't. I mean, if you spend $250 million in your lifetime, I mean, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
So technically, you don't have to do shit.
I mean,
you still be able to like live comfortably.
Probably could spend $250 million. I mean,
If you're
just
buying yachts,
and planes. And
I don't. So that's the thing with like, not to shit on your guys's dreams, right? But like the whole like laundromat thing, yeah, that makes sense. There's also like huge upkeep that's required for like making sure that those machines run, right? So like parking lot stuff actually makes sense, because it's just like a big depending on what it is, it's like it's a big open field.
He's like, bro, what do I have, like 2 or 3 employees, and I paint the lines every now and then.
Yeah.
He was like, my overhead, it's like, I was like, bro, that is insanely smart. It's crazy to think about.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like overhead. So like paying off your family's mortgage is one thing, buying everyone like cars or homes is another, because it's like that's the one thing that no one ever thinks about, is you still have to pay like the insurance on that, right? So if you bought your family like a really dope mansion, but like there's somehow property tax,
I'm
right?
not talking about mansions.
No. But I'm saying like you see all these people who are like who don't think like what you guys are saying, which is the longevity of it. So like they'll buy they'll buy a crazy car, but then she's like, cool, you have payments on that, or you have like insurance on that, right? And so for like a house, it's like, cool, you have property tax based off the value. So it's just like there's certain things you got to keep in mind. So I like where you guys' heads are at.
My overall thought would be I would buy my parents a new house and Sarah's mom a house. As far as like my sister and brother-in-law, I would pay off their house, and then they can do. Well, I'd pay it off, and then they can do whatever they want with that equity.
Yeah,
whether it's buy a new house or keep that one.
Yeah, it's the same thing. That might feel a little slighted by $200,000, but whatever.
But I also
do.
probably wouldn't be buying Burger Kings because $250 million, like Randy said, I think for us would be hard to spend in a lifetime. So
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't even
know.
care.
I would very well. Maybe Burger King's or fast food is like a bad choice. I would probably go the parking lot route. Just 'cause it's very simple, but also something where I don't have to deal with so many customers they get pissed off, where I could be on liability.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much shit can go down in a parking lot out in the open.
It'd be cool to open like a food truck where I'm just doing a couple times a week.
All right, I would definitely try. I would definitely try this, but like, yeah, I would probably open buy a food truck as like a hobby. I'm just gonna make the shit I make at my house here, see people will buy it. And then when it fails in a week, I'll be like, okay, that was a good project.
Let's go on to the next.
All right, but for real, guilty pleasure. I think about it often. I know it may sound silly, but I would probably buy a plot of land and put a racetrack on it. And then just like have my guys come out like, bro, let's go. EMTs are on site. Like I think that that would be like my, and then also have a fucking super cool ass car that's like souped up like a motherfucker. Dreams.
It's the one thing I never can get behind.
Yeah, I know.
Car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd definitely buy a couple cars.
Does it get me
By a
from
couple, I
here
mean,
to where I'm
very
going?
multiple.
I
Do the
would
brake
tell
lights stay off?
Yeah, but you need like you would need a car for like every occasion. You're
Every
going to
day
a
of the
really good
week.
dinner, fancy dinner, you need a fancy car. If you're just going to Target or Walmart, you need, a Nissan Pathfinder 1998 that the brake lights won't turn on.
I need a car for breakfast, second breakfast, luncheons, afternoon tea. Like I need it. I mean, I could have a Fiat for every one of those.
A weekend motorcycle, a weekday motorcycle, a weekend and weekday motorcycle.
12 o'clock motorcycle, 3 o'clock scooter. I would we can change subject of this, but I would 100%. I wouldn't tell all my friends I won the lotto, but I would definitely give a majority.
I would tell anyone shit.
Yeah, I would. I believe, depending on the state, if whoever's listening, depending on the state, if you sign the back of your lotto ticket, some states force you to reveal your identity.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do is like if you win the lotto, keep that thing on you, buy a gun, and then go talk to some attorneys, expensive attorneys that'll navigate you in the right way. Because I read one time some lady signed the back of her like winning lotto ticket, but she wanted to have anonymity. So they had to jump through extra hoops just so she had to like basically give all of her money to the firm just so they could re-give the money back to her, so she didn't have to like show who she was. Yeah, like just because I would never want anybody to know.
Yeah, but wouldn't they know by the gajillion cars that you would suddenly have?
I just happen to move out of the area. Down the street.
I wouldn't stay here. That's for damn sure.
Or I'll still be in the area, but like, where'd you live?
Okay.
Oh, well, I live in Glen Ellen.
Yeah, I would say okay, because I really like this question. This question's great. So then, where would you move if you could? If money was not an option, right? And I think with 250 million, I think that would be the case. Where would you ideally want to live?
Truthfully, I would still want to live in Sonoma County. I would still live here, Sonoma County.
Would you really?
Yeah.
Dude, I'd get out of here so fast.
Well, I mean, I can afford it now.
Afford it or not, dude.
I would probably move to Fountain Grove. I moved to Fountain Grove, or I moved to the countryside or Bennett Valley area where I ride my motorcycle. Like I can just go be up on a hill, like be on like 20 acres. Just
you could be on a hill and 20 acres somewhere else and pay a fraction of the price of what you'd pay.
This is also true, but doesn't mean I can't have multiple houses.
I'd probably have multiple houses for sure.
Oh yeah, because I would still have my house. I would probably always own like right here. Like I'd be this like I would grow my money, but I will also be like, yeah, Randy, yeah, what is
property tax? You're gonna need a lot of those Burger
But
Kings.
I rented.
Oh wait, those Burger Kings? Property tax. property tax, property tax.
Yeah, but I'm raking in all that money.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know, I'm giving people avocado. I'm
Follow-up
shaking things up.
question.
I'm spicing things up.
Would you still work?
I would still.
I know you talked about like buying Burger Kings, but I'm talking about like your immediate job positions. Would you still work?
I would still actively day trade or monthly trade, but not like on like some massive scale. Probably just like pocket change at that point. But then I would also, I would hire somebody to. It would just be it would be at a point where whenever I have it would become district manager, regional manager, and so forth. But I would definitely, I would say, stop into every store, like make my rounds or stop whatever business I own. I would make my rounds, just stop in and just see, not like an undercover boss because you should just know who the fuck I am at that point. But I would just want to see. Yeah, I would go in, I would help customers because like at the end of the day, you know, helping a customer when they're actually generally like glad you helped them, it is.
Well, and that's the thing. Like if you're the owner and you know you're coming into like stores to help, not only will like your employees, I think, respect that and really kind of bump up morale, but a customer too would be like, damn, this is the owner and he's also like putting in work. Because I have a huge amount of respect for bosses, managers, whoever that'll get in the trenches and work with their employees.
Yeah, like so my old manager Charlie's my favorite manager of all time. Only had one arm. He worked at Lowe's.
One arm Charlie.
One arm Charlie grew up in the trailer park. Just came through it, invented a machine that could cycle out like debris from water because he had a machine. He would clean parking lots. Like surprisingly, he had a machine that would clean parking lots and it would filter out so you could recycle the water. So he sold that invention, you know, for like $250,000 or however much. Started another electrician company or something else. Just owned houses and property. And I asked him, what the fuck you doing here at Lowe's? He's like, oh, health insurance is too expensive on my own. That's all he says. He's like, bro, I'm not going to spend $1,800, $2,000 a month for health insurance. Besides, I'm bored. I'll work. I was like, God damn it, you're cool. That's like 8 cars, like fucking like, but like you said though, like, dude, like I had so much respect for the guy because he did all this, but he did not have to be at Lowe's for shit, dealing with people's bullshit. But he's like, whatever. It is what it is. I don't want to pay that help. Like $1,800 for a month for health insurance. Wow.
Keeps you humble.
Yeah, that keeps you fucking humble.
So side note on this whole conversation, Sarah just sent me an article. The person that won the $1.2 billion still has not yet to claim it.
So what they're going through is, like I said, you find an attorney, you go to a firm. This firm is going to do everything in their power, to make it like what was it, like the last big one? The money didn't get a claim for like a month or like 6 weeks, just because like they were going through all like the process of like, hey, when it's actually doing. Because the second, like, I would like to say I wouldn't, but the second Dalton or Bert win the lotto, I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna text you individually. What's going on? Hey, we're hey.
That's the thing, dude. Everybody,
like
you can try as hard as you can not to say anything, but once it does come out, everyone's gonna come out of the woodworks.
I know,
and I would definitely hire an attorney, because who knows who's gonna try to come out and have some allegations or sue you or something for something bullshit.
Exactly. Man, you looked at me wrong that one time 8 years ago on the bus stop. I'm like, bro, I don't even know you.
Which is gonna be very hard for me because I never get out of my house. So good.
I know. I think about it. What if I pissed off a lot of customers? He's got money now. I see this. We got another one before we jump in.
Speaking of mechanics, I'm spending $1,600 to fix my Jeep.
What went wrong with it?
Well, it's the master cylinder is leaking fluid. And so my clutch, I'd fill it up, and after a week, my clutch would go super soft and I wouldn't be able to push it in.
Oh, that's yeah. Oh,
yeah. So they The
It's
master
like,
cylinder's
yeah, I
leaking.
know. Oh, dude, yeah.
It wasn't even like there was no resistance at all. It was just like
Yeah,
slow.
that actually happened to my RX, my old RX-8. Like, yeah, dude. You keep pressing down. You're like, what the fuck? Yeah, I get that.
So that I'm having to just redo the brake fluid because it was all nasty. And then also my valves and gaskets are leaking on my engine. So they're just gonna replace all that.
I just do everything in one-stop shop. Where are you taking it?
This place called K Automotive in Sebastopol.
You know, I'm lame. I look through the Valpak coupons and I bring my car. Like, if there's
Well,
I got a coupon, that's where I'm going.
So I have an auto pass. It's like I got this credit card for when I got tires. And it was for McClay's, but McClay's technically left. Now it's AAA over there in Old Redwood Highway in Katati.
Yeah,
Next to the Harley
that's
shop.
that's not McClay's anymore.
No, it's now AAA.
Oh, okay.
AAA Auto. And so they don't take the card. And I got a pretty increase in it. So this place takes the card.
You know, there's a McClay's in Petaluma, but going to Sebastopol is nice.
I hate McClay's though.
Well, okay.
They're like
I've only
they're
been
like
once.
they're like the auto zone but for tires.
But you can make a career there.
Anyways.
Hey, really quick. I know this is completely off topic, but I know how Bert
anything we've ever
Yes.
talked about is on
Bert,
topic.
Bert, you know how you say like the sprinkler systems are all filled with gunk and shit? So I watched a video on YouTube, like briefly. These waiters were like holding like some flaming dish up your thing, and then you see all the, you're in a restaurant, you see the sprinklers go off, you just see all this like it just looked like black
goop.
black goop on the inside. I was like, and it seemed like it lasted for like a couple seconds before the clear stuff came through. I was like, that's just gross.
Yeah.
That's gross. I don't want to. That's gross.
Yeah, it's nasty.
It probably smells bad. Ugh.
Yeah.
But I instantly thought, I'm like, Bert. Yeah, Bert was right.
That's right.
Shall we jump in?
I think we shall.
Jump into my shoes.
Can you enable screen sharing?
Yes.
So last we left y'all, you had left Bree to come to kind of this area where there's a farmer. However, you took a shortcut through the hills, lining up a little bit off track. And in that process, as you kind of reach the edge of the forest, because it seems like, as far as you can tell, some of your possessions are no longer in your possession, and the trail has led you to the old forest. So we begin with you all just kind of like at the edge of this forest. Think like Two Towers, like Fangorn, when they're like right out there at the edge. And it's just like plains to trees. That's kind of where you're at. And yeah, two of you are there.
I'm gonna look at Engelbert and just be like, we gotta go in there to get your money, dude. Like, unless you just want to keep going back the way we should have went. But I think we should get your money.
We'll go there after we get my money.
So Engelbert's only missing his silver, right?
His silver, and I believe all of the pipe weed was taken.
Oh, that's right. We need that.
And your dagger was taken.
Oh, what? Oh, that sucks.
Mm-hmm. Not the cool fancy sword that you, or the spear that you bought.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm like, wait, hold on. I'm looking at my equipment. Oh, I'll put it back. I was putting. Yeah. I had multiple flippings of certain portions.
But I mean, you could just, ignore them. But you're there. You're at the forest.
All right, Dalton. Let's just walk Jimbo in there. Let's go find your.
Do you want my axe, Brendal? I have an axe. You can have my
Just
axe.
hold on to your own axe, dude.
Okay. But in case I have to fight somebody, shouldn't you fight them?
But you have an axe, though. You're gonna want to use it.
Well, right. But what are you gonna use to fight that person?
I have my spear.
Oh, duh. All right, ignore me.
Brendal, you would see that maybe it's a little combination of not fully woken up or maybe a lingering effects of all that pipe weed that you all did smoke. But you are clearly holding a spear in your hand.
I'm gonna rub my eyes.
I'm gonna look at like the damn, I don't know what's called that you steer horses with. I don't know. I'm gonna look at the leather thing in my hand. I'm gonna look at the spear. Steering leather strap. And I'm just gonna look at both of them and I'm gonna be like, leather spear. Like, I do have the spear in my hand. I'm like, shall we?
Yes. Shall.
After you.
Am I not on the horse?
I'm gonna look down. All right. All right, fuck it. Let's go.
All right. So you're leading the horse in with Engelbert on riding
You
Jimbo.
just call me Bert.
I'll call you by your full name.
I like Engelbert. I might think of Engel. Name is wild, bro.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that the other day. I just started laughing to myself. I'm like, where did you come up with that shit?
All right, you enter this forest. The kind of warm, rising temperature is comfortably cool outside, right? It's early morning. But as you enter the forest and you make your way in, there's definitely a lowering of the temperature as like the darker forest is, as you go farther and farther in, you can definitely tell that, like most forests in Middle Earth, it's old. And it's nothing though is coming off indicating that it's like creepy, if that makes sense, right? So you know how like Fangorn, they go into it and there's a weird feeling here and stuff. That's not it. It's just that you're entering a forest. But if Brendal is taking the lead, can you do a roll for me? And can you do your survival?
So that's my wisdom. Oh, thank God, a 12. Dude,
Okay.
it was like it was leaning towards 2. And it was like, oh my God, way to start it.
You start making your way in, and you're leading a path through this forest in a way where you're pretty confident you would know how to then get your way out. You're not lost in the forest. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I need somebody. Well, yeah, you guys are just kind of walking along. What do you do?
Oh, Engelbert, the air feels so loose in here. It's not as close. I'm gonna look for some tracks, some trails.
Can you do an investigate for me, please?
That's my intelligence. Ooh, that's bad for that one. Oh, 19.
All right.
Snap.
As you're looking, so Engelbert, you would see as Brendal kind of stops Jimbo with you on it and proceeds to be like looking on the ground. Again, think very much like Two Towers when Aragorn's like looking through like the burnt wreckage and it's just like, a hobbit was here. You were like, you are like looking through, and while you see that there are indeed like indications of like woodland creatures, by that, like you find animal poop or like broken branches or grasses that's bent. A lot of it seems to be towards animals, like the natural creatures of the forest. However, as you start looking a little closer, you see that no, indeed, there are 2 sets of human-sized footprints that lead deeper into the forest. You feel like, with your highly successful roll, that you're pretty confident you can follow this to wherever they're going.
You said human-like footprints?
Mm-hmm.
They could
Human.
be goblin men. Red with elves. Engelbert? You want to do an action?
Well, let's go. Let's just follow the bag. You have my weed. I'm just gonna start walking.
Well, no, as I'm looking at Jim when I'm saying this, I'm looking at go, ah! Oh shit!
She just kind of pops up everywhere.
Like, why? Okay. Oh. All right, lead the way.
I'm gonna follow. Do I see the footsteps as well?
I would need you to do an investigate for me if you
Oh my
want to.
God, dude.
Hey,
Otherwise, Radal would need to lead the way.
is that a 19?
Oh, yeah. You also,
Nice.
after Radal kind of like pointed it out, you
Okay.
also clearly see these like tracks, and you feel confident that you could also lead the way.
Nice. So I'm gonna lead the way to the tracks to get my weed.
Okay. As you're moving
And your
through,
money.
yeah,
And my
yeah,
money,
the money,
yes.
the money, yeah.
The money.
As you make your way through the forest, right? You're kind of going through, deeper in it. There's like a river, and you're able to cross the river and see that yes, the tracks are still there. You're heading in the right direction. And as you're moving further in, can I have you both roll for me one more time, and roll your perception?
I got an 11.
Ooh, I got an 18.
So it might be because Engelbert's a little bit lower to the ground, doesn't quite see it. So Engelbert is just like moving confident through. However, Radal, you'll see that up ahead, it looks like there is a cave that kind of seems to be in one, kind of like almost as if there's like a giant boulder that had like fallen here, and then like that's what the cave is seemingly heading underground or in farther into the boulder itself, like the rock outcropping. So you can see this, and it seems like, based off your assumption, that's where the footsteps are heading towards, the path that you follow into the trail. However, Engelbert's just confidently walking forward.
Engelbert, there's a cave ahead. I think we
What?
should navigate over there.
What'd you say?
There's a cave ahead.
Oh.
We should navigate over there.
Do you think they're in there?
Got a strong hunch. I can navigate our way out of here. Okay, from our surroundings. So, I mean, just looking around, this cave looks like the optimal spot to hide and just stash your shit.
I trust you. Let's do it.
Let's do it. God, dude. Be like, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, come on, Jim Bell. So, we make our way to the entrance of the cave.
Okay. How?
Knock knock. Housekeeping.
You guys are just walking straight up to it?
Yes.
Well, now I don't want to.
No, I'm just getting clarification on
Yeah, we're walking.
what you're doing.
Walking up into the cave.
Can I have Engelbert roll one more time for me? And I would love for you to roll. You know what? I'm not going to have you roll. I'm going to say that you distinctly know the smell of your own pipeweed, as it seems to be drifting out from the cave. Farther in, but there's definitely like a lingering smell of your own pipeweed. I think
on.
you said it was a South Farthing crop, but I can't remember.
I don't remember. Right on. They're here. I can smell the weed. They're smoking it.
You can smell it, bud. Woo. Boy.
Yes.
As he looks at me, I'm going like,
They're gonna smoke all of it. We
can't
should
let
go.
them smoke those glorious herbs.
No.
We need to get there. Right.
If we're gonna help
I'm
this
gonna-
farmer, we need help too.
I want to leave. I want to just tie Jimbo up to like a rock or like a branch.
Sure.
Or something. Okay. Then I want to take my spear and then just. I'm gonna go crouch mode. Engelbert. Just quietly make our way in there. And I want to approach the smoke as it gets. Well, actually, as I'm talking to Engelbert, I'm like, "Whoa, man, the air is getting thicker in here." As we're making our way down into the cave.
So as you make your way in, right, the light from the outside force, what little there was that was getting through like the tree canopy, is quickly disappearing as you're moving into a darker and darker environment. It's important to note that as a treasure hunter, due to the clandestine nature of your activities, Engelbert, you operate in the shadows and other dimly lit or unlit places quite well. So you actually have a night vision for your character. So you're able to see within 60 feet if you can treat it as dim lights. Your eyes almost very quickly adapt to the setting.
Nice.
Brendal, not so much. So it is difficult. You're in a dark cave. There's no, as of right now, you can follow the smoke, but as of right now, there is really no illumination. So it's really dark. Unfortunately for you, it's hard to see. But for Engelbert, eyes have adjusted.
I want to look and see if there's any more obvious, like pathways, and try to sniff out the weed.
Okay. Yeah, can
I'm
you do either a survival roll or an investigate roll? Depending on what you roll, will give you a different outcome. As a treasure hunter, sorry, get back out here. Come on, show me the things. Here we go. Nope, you do not have proficiencies in either of these. So yeah, basically whatever you roll plus your ability modifier.
I'm gonna do the investigate.
Go.
19.
Nice.
Okay. You can definitely see that the path, even though it's low light, you can see the footsteps in the cave floor, almost as if like the wet from the dew on the grass outside had wet the bottom of these shoes, and they were clearly walking further into the cave. And the cave itself it doesn't seem to branch. It seems to be a singular linear path forward.
I like that. Brendal, I see their footsteps. They're that way.
Where's that?
Just straight ahead. There's no other pathways. It's just the one path.
Where are you?
Yeah, you're just like
or I'll go like this. Like I don't see him.
I'm gonna go up to him and just tug on his shirt or his pants.
Okay, cool. I'll just put
Can you-
my hand
can you-
on your shoulder.
Can you not see?
Not yet, but I'll get there.
You know what? Can I have Brendal roll for me? Go ahead and do your survival, which again you do have as you're a wanderer, right?
Yeah.
You do have a bonus in this, right? So whatever you roll, right, you're adding 2 plus the ability modifier.
I got a 7.
Okay, so you rolled a 7.
Yeah.
So 7 plus 2 is 9, and then survival uses, right, your wisdom. And what is your wisdom score?
12.
Okay, so then that's another plus 1, so 10.
Where's the modifier come in? I'm just curious. Like,
So
talking
each
game.
yeah, so each like score that you have gives you a modifier, right? So the higher that number is, it will give you, you know, an added bonus. The lower it is can be no bonus or like negative. So like everything that's like 10 to 11 is a 0 modifier. Everything that is 12 to 13 is +2, 14 15 is, I'm sorry, +1, then +2, etc., etc.
Okay.
So with a 12, you're adding 1 to whatever you roll anytime you use the wisdom skill, right?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So normally it would be just an 8, but because you have a +2 because you're trained in survival, it's a 10. So better.
Gotcha.
So you can start to see some things are like making the form. So like Engelbert in front of you is becoming more clear, but the farther you look into the cave, still kind of a dark
Gotcha.
void.
Okay.
So in front of you, at least, you can see Engelbert. All right.
Just follow me, Radolf. I will guide you.
Guide me.
And Engelbert, as you guide Radolf forward, you see that again. There's no branching yet, but it's not like just a straight line. Like the cave, kind of the pathway does like slight curves and adjustments. So it's not just you're walking in a straight line. But you get to the point where up ahead you see that it's gonna start to curve around, and from that area you're starting to see what looks like illumination. It's like there is something that is causing some form of light up above.
Radolf, I see a little bit of light. Are you able to see it? I mean, obviously, I think we should go towards it.
Well, I should be able to see a faint
Yeah.
light. Just
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking at my equipment. I actually have a fucking lamp.
Yeah, you bought the lamp. You could have lit
I'm
it.
like literally looking at myself. I'm like,
I'm gonna
I
turn around. And
distinctly
look at
remember you
Radolf
buying
and
the lamp.
shake my head. You had a lamp this whole time.
Yeah, don't even sweat it. Yeah, let's quietly make our way to the light, the faint light.
Yes, quietly, definitely.
So I would like, if you guys are moving quietly, both of you to roll your stealth.
100%.
It's my dex.
And as a wanderer, Randy, you are trained in this. So it's whatever you rolled plus your dexterity. So what's your dexterity score?
11.
So then that is actually I have to look. Hold on. That's plus.
Anyways, I rolled a 19.
Oh shit. Damn. So 19, I think it's 19 plus 1 plus another 2. So you got like a 22.
I'm basically not even walking. I'm just floating.
Yeah.
Like you can't hear me.
And then
Don't you worry about that. I rolled a 3.
All right. You are trained in, I think as a treasure hunter, you definitely have stealth. So that 3 becomes a 5. And what is your dexterity score?
13.
Okay, so then that's plus 2. So then that still is only a 7. So like as you're like Radol, you go into like straight up like ninja mode. So I don't know, as a wanderer, right? I don't know what Radol's history is with like having to like do any sort of like sneak attacks or raids or any sort of fighting, but that's the mode that you go into, right? And you become one with your surroundings, right? Even though you're wearing like these boots on like the floor, it's like you're hovering over it. Nothing is moving. As you're approaching the corner, you just hear as Engelbert is just like stepping on stones, and like he kicks it, and it like bounces across the floor, echoing throughout the cave, like.
It's like when Gimli drops the shit down the well.
Pippin. Yeah.
Oh, was it Pippin? I thought it was
Yeah. That's like the love. It's just like.
My bad.
I'm gonna look back at Engelbert. You fool of a Bert. Next time, kick something else. Or kick yourself next time instead of a rock.
Wow.
I love these Lord of the Ring references.
Wow.
I mean, as I'm hovering, I just want to make myself closer. Do I see anything yet?
You can peek around the corner. Yeah.
I want to peek around the corner.
As you peek around the corner, you see that there is a small, very small fire. This is like kind of the cave is now kind of come to an end, and it's more of a circular room.
It's a cul-de-sac.
Yes, essentially. And there was what looked like a small fire, very small, on the floor. Looks like bedrolls around it, so like think like sleeping bags and like some possessions. However, as you peek your head around, can I have you do your perception for me?
Yeah. Man, a lot of risk. Ooh, a 12.
That is right. You see nothing in the room. As hard as it is, you're looking in. It's as if there's no one in the room.
I'm gonna look back.
There still are like pockets of shadow around it, right? So probably like stalactites and stalagmites like around. So as you see, there's nobody.
I'm gonna whisper to Engelbert. Engelbert, I don't see anyone.
Can I roll to see if I, or if you, whatever, if I still smell the weed?
Yeah, can you do your investigate for me, please?
Yes. Better than a 3. Better than a 3. A 4.
Oh damn.
Well, even with your bonuses in this, you can still smell the lingering elements of the pipeweed. You don't know how recently it was smoked.
Okay.
There was a fire. There is a fire in there that everyone can see. So the fire is lit.
Rito, I can't really tell if there's smoke anymore or if it's fresh. I see we just run in, axe blazing. Leroy Jenkins.
Okay. You go first. I'll wait right here. You're the burglar.
Solid point. Can I try to do a little sneaky inside?
You can certainly try again. Yes. Would you like to roll your stealth for me, please?
I got your 6 and your 12.
14.
Nice.
With a 14 plus the +2 that you have because you're trained in stealth, and then what was your what is your dexterity?
13.
Okay. Let me see. Wow. Okay. All right. As far as you can tell, you're like stealthing your way in. You want to walk us through what you're doing?
Yeah, so I'm going to walk in the room and stealthily look for like different little spots of cover.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna like bounce from cover to cover and try to see if I can see my weed and silver, or B, if I can see anybody nearby in the room.
You're moving from like cover to cover, like pockets of darkness, or like a stalagmites come from the ground. Stalactites are from the ceiling. I can't remember, but you go from like rock formation to rock formation, right? As you creep up closer to where like the fire is, you see that there are some like possessions. So it looks like there's some clothing, some looks like maybe containers of food, and there indeed is your barrel of pipeweed with your pipe. However, can you roll your perception for me?
Yes. 6.
As far as you can tell, you're the only person in this room.
So I'm pretty confident that I'm the only person in this room. I'm gonna grab the weed and the pipe weed. Do I see the dagger and the silver as well, or just the?
You do not.
Okay. I'm gonna grab those and try to scurry back out.
What about you?
All right. So Radol, you're kind of like waiting on the corner, and Engelbert comes back with like his weed and his pipe.
Hold this. I'm going back for more. I wanted to make sure we get this.
It's like Guardians of the Galaxy with Groot in the ear. It's like, I'm gonna look at this and like, yeah, I got you.
Don't smoke it.
What was say what now? Got some flint rock over here. See sparks on the edge.
I want to try to investigate more in the room
Okay.
if I can. I guess I'm looking for more just stuff.
As you
Or-
turn around to look back in the room, something happens. You see like the briefest images of something, and something puts out the fire.
Oh no.
However, you do have dark light vision. So unfortunately, Radol, you're right back into like that darkness mode. You can probably see right in front of you, but like farther, like anything that you would have seen in that cave, cul-de-sac, as you called it, bathed back in darkness. However, can I have Engelbert roll for me your perception one more time?
Quick question.
Mhm.
Would the weed give you like supervision? Would he be able to see in the dark?
I'm gonna go with no.
Okay. I rolled a 19.
Okay.
Nice. The most rolled ever.
Some good rolls.
That's fine. Yeah. As you, oh my gosh. All right, you can see, even though with like the, even though it was suddenly dark and for anyone else, it would take them a while to have their eyes adjust. But your eyes adjust quickly, and you see that there was indeed a figure who threw what looked like some sort of water or smoke or sand onto like the fire, dousing it, as there's another individual collecting gear as they're moving towards the back of the cave. Cul-de-sac. Again, it doesn't go anywhere, but they're moving to the back.
Is the back of the cave, do you mean like a pathway or just a back
Yeah,
of
let
that
me show
room?
you. Like to the back of the room. There is no exit.
Oh, okay. Radol. There's no exit. I see people gathering stuff to the back of the room.
They're people.
Figures. I see shapes.
You know what? Let me light my lamp.
Yes.
I'm gonna say you don't need a roll for it.
Solid.
As you say this, you successfully light your lamp, illuminating the area around you. And if you like hold it up, you would be able to see into this cul-de-sac area, the inner workings of the cave.
So, I'm gonna hand the lamp to Engelbert. Just I'm gonna hand the lamp to Engelbert.
Mhm.
And I want to walk into the room because I can see visually now. I
Mhm.
just want to start clapping. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're not gonna do what you think we're gonna do.
Or
You
not?
just give us our shit, man.
Can I have you roll for me
Yes.
and do your intimidation?
Oh wow, that's an actual thing. A 12.
And they don't have anything in it. And this uses
Charisma.
your charisma. What's your charisma score?
14.
Damn. And you rolled a what?
12.
Okay.
Dude, I've rolled 12 like 3 times.
You roll for them. As you come in and you're clapping and you're like, just give us back our stuff, you can see at the edge of like the back end. So if this was like the cave, right? Like the back end, there's actually 2 individuals that are climbing up a rope, heading towards what looks like the roof or the top dome of the inner working, but they just kind of like stop and like stare at you as like you make this like proclamation at like the mouth. They don't say anything, they just kind of like stop.
Oh, what are they?
They're they're like they're wearing like what looks like, you know, cloaks and hoods and stuff, so it's hard to tell, but you can see that they seem to be human.
Well, I'm gonna take my spear. I'm gonna throw it like a javelin at the one on the top.
Oh wow! So this went from like, hey, convincing them to like hand over your stuff to fight.
Do you want to see if they're gonna stop?
Like they're already halfway up a rope.
Will you?
But they stopped. Technically,
They stopped. They did stop. Will you roll for me, please?
Hey, and if I miss, it's just an intimidation. I meant to miss.
Or they think you can't throw, and they're just gonna hurt.
You need to be ready, Bert.
I fight better if you call me Bert.
But I like the full. It rolls off the tongue better.
Good one, Engelbert. All right. Will you roll your dexterity?
That's funny. Okay, here we go. Oh, fucking one!
As you throw the spear,
Way to come in
just-
clutch.
a one is an automatic fail. You just throw this spear. Like if they're up on this rope, right? It's not even close. It's like, and you hear this like, and like even like maybe a cracking of wood sound as it hits the far end of the wall, and then like you hear like as like the pieces just like kind of clatter to the ground.
And I'm gonna, as I do it, I'm gonna be like, the next one goes in your head.
All right, can you do another intimidate?
Okay. I got a
1.
no, it's a 6.
Okay, so it's a 6.
Because the lines on the bottom, right?
Yeah.
So the lines on the 6.
They just immediately start like, oh shit, and are climbing up the rope as fast as they can.
Engelbert, what the dude? Go! Like,
Do you want me to go fight them?
well, they're obviously not fighting us. They're running away, bro. Go grab with their leg or something. Like,
Good point. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run to the rope, and
set it on
chase
fire.
them. Well, no, because then we can't follow them.
Oh, I know. That-
I'm gonna go up the rope with them.
All right, well, will
I'm
you
gonna chase
roll
them.
your acrobatics for me, please?
Oh god.
What? That's actually a thing.
I don't know what that is. 13.
Ooh, and what is your dexterity score?
13
Nice.
plus 2, I think.
Okay. So yeah, and then you do have acrobatics as a treasure hunter. So with like a speed and agility that you were not expecting from maybe potentially, potentially not expecting from this small hobbit-like creature. It's like when Engelbert like gets into action, it's just like, and he's like bouncing off some of like the stone formations to like that kind of like parkour, and then like jumps up and like it's right under the area where the guy at the lowest is at.
I really
I
wish I
see
was good at
this.
drawing, dude. This would have been
I
some
see
like
this and I'm
great
like,
little.
damn, Engelbert! like you are what? Well, oh man. While he's doing that, I want to go find my spear.
All right, well, I guess we're gonna. Can I have at this point? Can I have everyone roll their initiative for me? Because we're kind of now like in somewhat of a confrontation.
Oh, we are.
Fuck me. These rolls are so.
What is
sporadic.
initiative? Or what are we rolling? Like, oh,
Just a 6-sided die, or
It's still a D20. Still a D20.
God, I got a 5. knew I should have rolled that.
It's better than me.
What did you get, Dalton?
2.
Oh my.
I go from a 19 to a 2.
These rubber men are gonna be away.
All right. So with that, the bandits are
Consistency in my
definitely
life.
first. So the person at the top is just like, just go, just freaking go, as he's like continuing to climb up. However, the one that's like, as you've like appeared right next to him, is going to just like start to like kick down at you and try and like dislodge you from the rope.
At me?
Can I have?
At me?
Yeah, sorry, at Engelbert.
No, you're fine.
Can I have you roll for me again and do? I'm gonna say your acrobatics again.
17.
Okay. Despite like this person like trying to like kick down at you, you're just like swinging the rope and like maneuvering around to like whatever he's kicking, he's just like hitting this air. And he's just like, just go away.
I'm just like in awe of him seeing. Like,
With that, Brendal. So to be clear, the bandit's actions, the one at the top is just using his entire round just to continue to climb up the rope. The one who is next to Engelbert is used one action to try and like attack you and like kick you off, and then is starting to try and climb up, but is not getting as far. So with that, Brendal, what do you want to do?
Go grab my spear. I mean, it has to be closer to the guys on the road. So I just want to go find
It is. So I want to add to some level of the impressiveness of Engelbert's acrobatic moves. All of this was done while holding the lamp, because you gave the lantern.
I was gonna say.
I forgot about that.
I was gonna say there's a lamp on the ground.
So like Engelbert's like swinging, doing all these moves one-handed while holding the lantern. So with that though, like the light in the room is kind of like a swinging lamp. So there's like areas where like there is illumination and then not.
Oh, that's great.
It's kind of going all over the place.
I
But
honestly thought like he's gonna put on the ground for me. He's gonna do that. No.
I forgot about the damn lamp.
So
it's just second nature. You're
I'm
holding
like
it.
putting my hands in dark and lit up places at the same time.
It's like lit for a moment so you can see where the spear is, and then it's not. So you're like kind of moving, but it's like but you definitely see your spear there. The spear head is intact, but with the one, unfortunately, that spear like shaft completely broken, right? So it's more like you know, like in 300 when it's like when it's like or it's just like the handle that he like goes to stab the dude. That's kind of what you have.
Okay. Do I find it and pick it up?
Yeah, you can pick it up.
All right, so I'm holding on to it now.
Yeah.
I'm just, damn. I knew those fucking lessons were garbage.
All right, so your action was like you move was to go over there and pick it up.
Yeah.
Is there anything you have one more action you can do?
Oh. Actually, yeah. I want to grab the rope and steady it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Great. You go, you grab the rope and just like kind of firmly hold it in place, right?
Go, Engelbert! Go!
All right. With that, the camera cuts up to Engelbert, lantern in one hand, holding on, doing these acrobatic feats. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna look at Brendal and be like, yes. And then I'm gonna say, get ready. I'm gonna drop the lamp to you.
Sweet, I was thinking that.
And I'm gonna drop the lamp to Brendal.
Can I have Brendal do a dexterity roll for me, please? If you have sleight of hand, I'll let you use sleight of hand.
What's sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand is normally like when you like if you had something like on. It's like the coin trick, right? Where I go, oh hey.
Oh yeah. How do you know if you have it? I gotta ask some questions after that.
We can. It's I'll tell you what. I can look at the Wanderer. The Wanderer does not have it, so that's fine. So it's just basically what you roll plus your ability.
Yeah,
yes, and we can.
6.
You like go to grab the lantern and like you're holding it with both, you know, the rope with both hands, and as you like go to extend it, and like you do not grasp it, and it just like hits the ground.
Cost about $50. Or, I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah, I guess it could break. Let me roll to see if it breaks.
Oh damn.
What breaks?
Odds or evens?
Odds.
It lands on the ground. This lantern, sturdily built, as it lands, kind of and rolls a little bit. So there's still like this weird like strobing effect as like the light is like kind of rolling around.
I'm just thinking of movies right now. Just like the lamp on the ground moving back and forth miraculously.
It's like a really
It is
terrible
intact.
spoof of Lord of the Rings.
Somehow still intact.
You guys ever
So-
seen? I know this is something.
Yeah.
You ever seen this movie, The Mafia?
Yeah, it was terrible.
It's terrible, but
Enjoyable.
it's fucking hilarious. Anyways, go ahead.
No, Engelbert,
It's
what
a-
would you like to do?
So I dropped the lamp. Is that one action?
That yeah, it's like a move action. Yeah.
Okay. I dropped the lamp, and then with the hand that I dropped the lamp, I'm gonna reach out and grab the dude going up.
Can you please roll for me and do your? It's like gonna be a strength check.
Yes. 13.
Oops. Okay. As you grab onto this leg, what is intention? What is your intention once you grab hold of it?
So I want to grab onto the leg, and I obviously want to like force him to not go up anymore. And I think what I want to do, if I can, I don't know if I can do this one action, but I want to grab on with my other hand onto that same leg. So I'm pretty much having all of my weight pull him
Yes.
down and
Yes.
stopping him from progressing.
Oh, that's great. I'm just watching the struggle.
It's just this little hobbit just like wiggle around.
You just right all you look up, you just see one hand just like grasp on to this dude's leg, and like he's like, "What the?" And then just like almost trusting. It's almost like, you know, like when you do like a free fall backwards,
Yeah.
but it's just like Radel just like, or Engelbert lets go of the rope and like grabs onto this weight of his leg, and then just starts to like, you know, dead weight pulling down. I'll say it, the bandit, right? The human was not prepared for this, and like starts to like, and it's like again, you're holding firm, so it's just like the rope isn't swinging, but was not prepared for this, as that extra weight just starts to like, he doesn't fall, but like starts to just like drag him down the rope.
Indian burn.
Yeah.
Or rope burn. They're like, bite him, Engelbert. Get him, get his ass.
Cut to then the bandit's turn. The one is at the top, it's just like looking down, being like, doesn't say a word, just like keeps running
Man
up.
for himself. Is he the one with all the equipment?
So funny.
The other bandit is gonna try and shake Engelbert off. They're gonna do a strength roll. I need Engelbert to do another acrobatics for me, please.
Motherfucker. 2.
Okay. Despite all of the amazing feats of agility that Engelbert had previously performed, just the sheer weight, he is still just a hobbit. So like between like the kicks and the movement, Engelbert, you lose grasp of this bandit as you fall to the ground, hitting the stone floor, right? Because you dragged them down a little bit, that distance wasn't too far where it's like causing you any sort of like pain or physical damage, but you have fallen off the road.
Boo.
Damn. Damn.
Damn
Brendal.
bandits.
What do you
How
do?
far did they slide down?
Let's see. I can actually do. Let me do this.
While Radal's making his decision, I'm just gonna be like super dramatic. Just leave me. Go get him.
So yeah.
I just look at him like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like, you're 5 feet away.
You're still like all the way down here.
Boo.
And then
Got
y'all
good
can
legs.
see. You all can see this, right?
Yeah.
The bird, you like fell down on the ground. You're a little bit shorter. The bandit is like here, right? The other guy,
Oh, he's way
literally-
up there.
He's up here. He's literally like up.
I want to attempt to climb the rope very quickly and grab the guy's leg.
All right.
Seems
Will you
within
do your
distance.
acrobatics for me, please?
Acrobatic.
I do
God,
not
dude.
think you have this as a skill. You do have athletics, though.
Oh, I rolled a 20.
Okay. I was gonna say you have
We'll take it.
athletics. Yeah, and then 20. Just with like a speed, you like jump up, go, and are like grabbing like the rope, and then like grab. You wanted to grab the guy, right?
Grab the guy's leg, yeah.
And just yank him down. Because again, you weren't like too far up. So like they weren't too far up. So like you like go grab, pull down as you just hear like a yell. "Ah!" As the bandit falls to the ground, right? Hitting the stone floor, right? You land on your feet next to him. That was your first action.
Oh. I want to kick the guy in the stomach really hard. So he's
Alright.
move.
Will you do your
Ow.
strength?
Yes, I will. Oh my god, I rolled a 1.
You go to kick, and Engelbert, you just feel like this sharp pain in your stomach as you accidentally get kicked. Like,
My chest hurts. Man. Oh, my.
We are the best duo ever. Oh,
Oh, why the fuck you right in the way, bro? Like, what the hell? If you were to say leave me now, I would get.
I was gonna hold him for you.
You were holding him in front of him, bro. Like, what the hell? Oh wow, dude, that's a good one. That's good.
It is now Engelbert's turn. You feel
Oh my god.
there's a bandit right next to you, clearly within kicking range, but somehow the foot found you. It is your turn though.
Wow.
I want to take out my axe, and I don't want to like cut him, but I want to just take like the flat side of it and like bonk him on the head.
Okay. Do your strength check for me, please.
Fuck. A 1.
Randy, you feel a sharp pain in your foot as you feel the end of this axe in your toes.
Oh man.
Fuck.
Ugh.
Engelbert, that was your first action. You still have another one.
Oh
It's
man.
gonna be like.
I don't even know. So I
purpose.
look at that and I'm like, oh shit, sorry, and I want to turn around and try to actually hit the bandit again.
Okay, we roll one more time.
7.
Okay. Person's prone on the ground, right? Or actually on their back, right? As you go to hit them, it hits the bandit, but it's not like a force that like would knock them out or do anything. It's more just like you smack them uncomfortably with like a stick in the face. With that, we cut to the bandits. Two things happen. The bandit at the
Laughs
top
at us.
has climbed, like disappeared into whatever it is that's up here, and you hear like a very as the rope just falls down to the ground, severed at the top.
It's just leaving his buddy to die.
Second bandit sees this. And whoa. I think we got off to the wrong start here.
Yeah, we did. Where's the silver and the dagger? I'm gonna hold up my.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't need you to roll for this one because they rolled really bad after seeing their buddy just leave him. Look, the silver, and it's just like I'm gonna reach for it. Everyone stay calm. As you see, as they like pull out a bag, they we can hear the coins inside as he goes to hand it to Engelbert.
Brendal, can you check this? There should be 25 pieces of silver.
Yeah, hand me the bag. Feels
I'm gonna
light.
toss him the bag.
Feels light.
I'm gonna like hold up my axe to the
that's
bandit.
all of your. Yeah.
While after I like toss it to him, I'm gonna hold up my axe to the bandit and be like,
Can I have Randy roll his intimidate for me, please?
7, man.
It's a 7, but your
That's my wisdom.
intimidate does.
Oh, it's
charisma.
car.
It's 14.
Okay, so then that's +2, plus you're gonna get the bonus of the fact that like he's prone and Engelbert's got like an axe, right? all right. And like goes for like inside their cloak and pulls out like a small little bag and throws that to Riddle.
Where's my dagger?
yeah.
I didn't cut the rope.
All right, I'm gonna give him that one. I'm gonna be like, So what's your name anyway, bud? Now that you owe me a dagger.
Brendal.
Brendal! Well, Brendal.
Can I step in?
Yeah.
Hold on, Brendal. Hold on. Check your waistbands. I don't believe him that he doesn't have the dagger. Or are you gonna say that he does not have the
I mean, you can search him, yeah.
dagger? Yeah, I want to search him.
Okay. Can you do an investigate for me, please?
Yes. No Emmy. Ooh, 18.
As you pat down this individual while still holding an axe, right? There is no dagger on them, so they don't have a dagger. However, as you're looking through and patting down their body, you find what looks like a small parchment, a piece of like cloth wrapped up.
I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
Hand it to Radol. I don't know what this is.
Well, you could have opened it.
Well, I have the axe on him.
All right. And while I'm still holding, allegedly, both silvers and parchment in my hand.
Yeah. Did you open up the bag, the smaller bag?
Not yet.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take the parchment. I'm going to, with one hand, flip it open, just hold it up and just see what it says. It reads.
It is a detailed map of the forest. So it shows you exactly like kind of the hidden routes of this forest for you to legitimately have shortcuts, as well as you see that there's like little areas that are marked on it, which seem to have like X's on them. Can I have? You know what? No, I'm just gonna give this to you. You can see it seems like these are like other stashes or like other like safe zones that these bandits have indicated as areas where like they can hide into.
So as he looks at this, I told you there were shortcuts.
I'm just gonna. Yeah. I'm just gonna proceed. I'm gonna hand the parchment to Engelbert, and then I want to open a smaller sack that I have.
Inside the smaller stack, so if you know your bag of silver wasn't the big one, in the smaller stack, 3 gold coins.
Ooh.
So as I open it, I'm gonna look at it, and my eyes are gonna be like. So Brendal, where'd you come up on this?
I found it. I found it in the forest, walking around. Just like I found some other stuff. You know, you all just come in here and start demanding. We find finders keepers. You know, sometimes we just find things walking around.
I mean, so you were walking around the other night and just happened to stumble across 2 sleeping individuals, put your hands in their pockets, take their quality product and hard-earned weed, and you just happen to find it. I mean, that's what you're gonna go with.
Can you roll your intimidate for me one more time?
What? I'm trying to hear something. 14.
All right. What do you want? What do you want me to say? Yes, we took it. We take everything we find.
Honestly, now
We
that
need
you
to.
told me that, I didn't even really know what else I was gonna do.
Hold out your hand. Randall, this is when you stop me because I'm being a little bit too much.
Or I'm just gonna let him. Or when he says that, and Dalton, if you kind of like make a little gesture to like go at him, I'm gonna hold like you riled him up. Maybe we can work out an agreement. You still owe me a dagger. These 3 pieces of gold obviously can't cover that because of sentimental value. It's just too much for me. So, what are your skills? What are your trade? What can you do for us? I mean, other than chop off one of your, I can have Engelbert chop off one of your hands and you're always be on our merry way.
Yeah.
Very much turned into like Game of Thrones.
Would you expect anything less from us?
Well, he stole. He stole from us.
Back in my
It's
land.
just the Lord of the Rings that we don't see.
Mm-hmm.
Like pretty much. Oh, Ring of Power, the final trailer still in there. The Balrog at the end.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Thanks.
What are you suggesting?
Do you like to smoke?
Dude,
As
he's
he
gonna feel like this is a trick
As
question.
he says this, I'm gonna like slow look at Randall. Say what?
I'm just gonna be like, I mean, it's steal from us. I mean, maybe we could use an extra hand on the way.
Can we have a sidebar for a second?
All right. As we put our arms over each other, we are asking.
He stole from us, and now you want to give him my weed?
No, I just want to like. I'm not gonna lie, I want to smoke. I just
He gets 1 puff.
one puff, and let's. I mean, heck, let's just go. Let's just find this guy, the farmer. Maybe he can help us navigate there. We'll see what it is. In worst case scenario, we just chop off his toe. Like
One puff.
one puff. One puff. So do you like to smoke?
He still looks very confused, but just nods his head. Yes.
All right. Well, just packed the pipe, handed him first. Well, actually, before we do that, I want to. Sorry, Brendal. I want to pick up my lamp. I just want to get the fuck out of this cave. Like, I want to go. Yeah. So that's what I want to do. I want to pick up my lamp, and then I want to.
Wait, did you hand him the pipe already?
No.
Okay.
I want to just holster the lamp on my side or whatever. And I want to take out the half dagger spear.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to pick Brendal up and just push him and start walking out of the cave. Like, all right, let's go, dick.
All right. Yeah. You with the lamp illuminating the way, it's very easy for you to find your way out of the cave. Yeah.
Ooh, it's like
kinda
Elden
back-
Ring where you put the lamp on your side.
I'll pretend like I know what that means.
Oh, while this is happening, I want to give Dalton his silver back.
Oh, yay.
Or I mean, Engelbert.
Yep.
And a gold coin.
Thanks, Radol.
And
Well, I
then
mean, yeah.
did you catch that? He also gave you a gold coin.
I'm gonna hug him.
Oh, well, we're a team now, so.
He says that as 2 gold coins go to his.
It's like- well, hey, I'm just looking at he's got 25 pieces to my 10. You know, I'm just trying to level things out. I don't know, we're out of the cave.
Yeah, you're out of the cave.
Alright, so I want to hand the pipe.
And clearly, Jimbo still put it.
Alright, good.
Jimbo?
I was actually worried about Jimbo.
Jimbo.
Yeah, I want to hand the pipe to Brendal. Here you go, dude. One puff. That's it. One.
I don't understand. Are you guys gonna kill me?
Maybe.
You think you're gonna waste some good South barley on somebody we're just gonna kill?
He like reluctantly smokes because you can get the feeling like he still feels like you're giving him a cigarette before you shoot him.
I just take it, probably like English. Smart. All right, here you go. Here's your stuff back, Engelbert. Your pipe and weed.
Yay. I'm also gonna smoke it,
But not too much.
but not a lot. Just enough to
And then I
feel it.
want to, as we're doing this, as like, get that sigh of relief, good exhale, like. Do you know where this farm is? And I want to show him, like, we have a map, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I want to show him the map. You know how to get here.
He just looks. Yeah. I can take you there.
Okay, then.
Now?
Yeah, dude. What do you want to go back in the cave and hotbox it? Like, come on.
Bandit looks really confused, but it's also like looking around and goes, looking at you, still seeing the axe, like, yeah, sure, yeah, I can take you there. I can take you there, no problem.
Cool. Sweet. By
Starts
the way,
walking.
Your friend's a dick.
Yeah, major dick
Left you to die.
and an asshole brother.
He's the worst. Any place
Oh,
you
by
might
the-
go?
By the way, Brendo, you can call me Bert for short.
What? Sure for what? I don't think you ever introduced yourself.
Oh, I haven't. My name is Engelbert.
Ah, Engelbert.
But you can call me Bert for short.
Yo, Brendal, I like Engelbert better, actually.
He looks again like this is some sort of test that if he answers wrong, he's gonna die. Yes. Okay then. And starts to walk into the forest.
The road goes ever on and on down by the door.
And as Radal picks up a playful traveling tune, and Engelbert follows behind, as you are led by this bandit Brendal, that finally heading back towards the farm. That's where we'll end today.
Dun, dun, dun. We did good.
I think so.
We did good.
I think so.
I mean, we hit each other a little bit, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I was dying, bro. My chest hurt. Like I haven't laughed that hard in a while. You know, I actually got one topic. I thought about it yesterday. Very curious. Kind of quick. If you guys, let's say, because I've been thinking a lot about that whatever I was writing a lot lately, just like in my head, not writing. But if you were to write a story, or have a book, who would you want to direct it? I mean, obviously, you would have a significant, massive influence, and basically, you and the director are like buddy working on it. I pick Guillermo del Toro.
Interesting. That's a good one. That's
Just because I like the designs, the creepiness. Like if I need a monster, I need some cool ass armor. I feel like he could just go into his like little notebook and just find me something. Here's something I wrote when I was 15. Use it.
Sorry, what was the question?
God.
If you created some sort of story or content or something, let's just say like a story, right? Who would you want to be the director that brought that story to a movie? With you having kind of a like not just write the script, hand it off, but like write the script and have like let's just say like an executive or a producer role as well, right?
I don't know. I don't know like directors and stuff like you guys do.
Just name a movie that you like that was well made. Yeah, I want that person. Or I want like this style. And don't say Steven Spielberg.
What?
And don't say Steven Spielberg.
Yeah. I think for the thing that I'm working on. No, I'm not even say that because I don't want to give anything away. I would probably pick James Gunn.
Yeah. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Yeah. It also depends on like the type of what you would write.
Yeah, it really depends on what you're making. I have one thing in mind that I think would be awesome.
Yeah, James Gunn would be good. All right, so since we stumped Dalton.
Stumped him, got him.
Now he's looking
Well,
up.
if we're going off of no, I don't know. I don't really know any of the stuff he did besides two things.
Well, that's one of them.
What?
What's one of the two things?
Name something. Name anything.
So the movie I thought of when you said that is The Road. I know you haven't seen it,
Yeah.
but Bert has. The same director. He's done Lawlessness. Was it Lawless or Lawless?
Lawless. Yeah, I've seen Lawless.
Yeah.
I know.
It's John Hillcoat. I don't know. I just read The Road for some reason popped in my head.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, Randall, you should really
Cool.
watch it.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
You should watch it right now.
All right. Well,
Stretch out my back.
yeah, I'm gonna stretch, do some more chores. So until next time, everyone.
Join the mess.
Jar in the mess.
Woo-woo.